Ben here. It's Wednesday. It's WIP Wednesday. On a Wednesday, we get together and we have a look at all of the great hobby nonsense that's going on out there in the community. So if you've been working on something cool that you want to share with us, then drop us an email at whipwednesdaybhpc@gmail.com. Use the new email address, please. It's a lot easier for me to keep track of what's going on. Right, we are still a fair bit behind, but when we finish today, we'll be, I think, only like 10 or 11 days behind, which is pretty cool. I promise you we will get there. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look at all the great stuff you've been up to. First up, we've got Shell today. Hi, thanks for your comments about my Pirate Skaven team. You're right, it was the Punga team. Here's my hybrid Amazon human elf variant team that I'm currently working on. Wanted something different, so I've made this pigment myself. Love the effect, would like to know what you think. Thanks again, thanks for all the great content, Shell. Okay, this is quite cool. You've made this pigment. It's brilliant. This looks like one of the color changing ones by, I think it's Green Stuff World. I used one for a bunch of spaceships. Came out really cool. Okay, so you've got this team here that can be used for multiple teams. I love, actually, this pigment's really nice. It's got that kind of xenomorph vibe to it, like the aliens dude. So really cool, and I'm a huge fan of using a team for multiple teams that you can play with. Looks like you're using the Age of Sigmar bases, and they are really good. They're a really cheap way to get some classic, like some really quality bases. Really cool. Love that. Love the shimmer effect. Love the team. And it's come out really well. Yeah, superb. I love that you got the halfling in there as well. Absolutely brilliant, Shell. Thank you very much for sharing. Right, what do we got next? We've got Griff. No, Griff has sent us an email. Hey Ben, thanks for showing my Terminator skull and minis. I'll send another email with updated progress ASAP. But in the meantime, yes, the Terminator skull is real head size. It's a model kit made from vinyl and some ceramics. And the vampire with the crackle helmet was a total happy accident. I suspect Vallejo's French Mirage Blue and Army Painter's Dark Tone had an odd reaction. I also do not wash the metal mini before painting. I never wash the minis. Do you? I don't bother washing metal minis, but they can be a little bit slippy, I guess. Lastly, if you plan to build a stadium, may I recommend this one, which looks pretty easy but has maximum effect and playability. There's a YouTube series here, and yeah, I mean, that's dangerous. I'm going to skip that for now. Building a dungeon at the moment, then it's stadium time. Next up, we've got Rob C. G'day, Benz. Wow, you gave us so much to chew on with the Norse release. I expect you guys are directly responsible for at least half of the Norse pre-orders that are made. I'm sharing actual honest-to-goodness progress on my Chaos Renegades. They're such fun to paint, but still don't have a name that creates an acronym MCU, despite searching of locations in the on the online old world map. I'm throwing myself on the mercy of the community here to help with possible suggestions. Okay, guys, we need a team name with MCU as the initials. You may recognize a few of the characters at their current level of completion. In my opinion, the Minotaur is the essential player in this Renegade team, and accordingly, Drax the Ballista has had the most work done. There are a number of female Renegade models I've not yet undercoated that shall also form part of this team. I'm hoping to have a full team ready for the next tournament that rolls around down under. The contrast flesh paint is terrific to use, by the way. As always, many thanks for all the effort and content you share with us. Can't wait to see some Dungeon Bowl games. Is it really worth buying when I've gone so deep into the 11-a-side game already? Happy blocking, Rob. Dungeon Bowl is really good fun. It is very different. It will give you a whole new stress level of Blood Bowl, and that's just absolutely wonderful. Anyway, on to the awesome team here. I love this. Absolutely love this. I love what you're doing with it. You've got the Iron Man dude in the background. You've got Thor on the left. You've got the Hulk. This is a genius way to do it with a really lovely bunch of models as well. Yeah, that's a very cool way of doing this. I like this. So we need team names that build up to MCU. Wow, look at the freehand tattoos. That is really nice. That is really nice. Yeah, absolutely wicked. Team names, MCU, that's what we're up for. Okay, next we've got Alistair. Hey Ben, not really a work in progress, but I thought I'd write in to showcase my recently acquired Ogre team. The story behind it is I recently returned to the UK after spending a couple of years living in Australia. While I was there, I reignited my love of wargaming with the help of a group of guys I met out there. I didn't have to try very hard to get some of them into Blood Bowl before I left. The day before my flight, we had one last gaming session and they presented me with this team. 4 of them are painted an ogre each, with the 5th taking on the thankless task of the 12 Gnoblars. It was an incredibly thoughtful way to see me off, and I'll always think of them whenever the team takes the field. I've not figured out a team name yet, so any suggestions are welcome. Thanks for all the great content, and I hope we get to see another 7 Super Series in the future. Cheers, Alistair. We will be starting to film the next 7 Super Series in 6 weeks' time, and I am super psyched. Right, this is such a wicked thing. Like, first of all, the team looks great, and I do love that the guys have gone with different flesh tones to kind of, like, I've painted this guy, I've painted this guy, I've painted this guy. That's a really cool way to do it, and that's a really, really, really nice gift. And welcome back, I guess. I do like the dark ogre on the left-hand side. Like, the whole vibe is just dark. Dark skin tone, dark metal tone, dark, like, leather tone. That's really, really, really cool. And, yeah, now you've got yourself an ogre team that you will always remember and always use. Nice stripe work on that dude as well. Really nice flesh highlights on that guy. Some really cool team. Absolutely brilliant. It's a really nice way to do things as well. Oh, they've signed them. JR has... just XO, I think. Absolutely fantastic. Welcome back. Next up, we've got Justin from South Dakota. Hey, Ben. My fresh box of Norse was staring at me the whole time I was working on these, but I vowed to get the College of Beasts done first. This marks college number 4 that I can field fully painted. College of Life is still my favourite, but we shall see how the Beasts stack up soon. Beasts is great. Beasts is a great college. At some point I need to do round 2 to add my Croxagore, Rat Ogre and Norse editions, but painting a batch of 17 was large enough. Yes. I kind of started giving up towards the end of the Tiger Stripes, but sometimes calling it good enough is better for your sanity. I think they turned out pretty good. Out of the college teams you've played so far, which is your current favourite? More Dungeon Bowl is more better. Cheers, Justin from South Dakota. Okay, I played a ton of Dungeon Bowl, recorded a ton of Dungeon Bowl as well. What is my favourite? They all play really differently. Heavens is very exciting. It's just like playing Skaven just to the max. Beasts is just so brawly and terrifying, and with the Norse editions just got even better. So I don't know. We built a roster because we've got a redone Beast College of Beasts video coming out soon, and 4 Elf Warreners and 3 Yetis. Just carnage. Absolutely love it. I am gutted we didn't get to play that in the series because that would have been dumb, and I am all about that. However, this is an awesome team. So the Tiger Stripes have been done absolutely beautifully, going with what looks like maybe green stuff roller base just to absolutely finish it off. This team is really great. You've even gone to the effort of doing all the name bits on the front as well with the stencils, not stencils, with the transfers. I mean, this is absolutely fantastic. Tiger Stripes are really difficult to do, but yours have come out really, really, really well. And it just gives that extra finished effect. I mean, absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. This is brilliant. The team looks great. And the cool thing about Beasts is the way you've built it. You've got a Chaos team here as well. And yeah, I mean, Croxagores for Beasts, definitely a good way to go as well. But really, really great. Like, really great, Justin. Absolutely awesome. Next up, we've got Pete. Hey Ben, thank you for showing my Chaos Dwarf team a few weeks ago and helping to find them a name with the Old Warhammer Old World map suggestion. I've just finished my Orc team, the Skull Takers, which are headed to the NAF Championship this weekend. There you go, that's how far behind we are. How did you get on? They will also be my league team for the IGBBL in Cheltenham. The team of the Savage Orcs from Punga with a squig to represent a Goblin. That's brilliant. Thanks for the great content and inspiration that comes through WIP Wednesday. WIP Wednesday is dangerous for all of us. But this is wicked. This is a really good example of the Punga team. It's really popular, that. Now, Brute Fun have also done a great Savage Orc team. So if you're in the market for a Savage Orc team, look at both of them and, you know, go with the one that you'd prefer. The Savage Orc Goblins for Brute Fun are just awesome. But this is beautiful. This is a really lovely team, and I do absolutely love the way you've gone to town with the colour for the positionals. That makes it so much better to play against. You've really got an idea of what's going on, and I mean, absolutely love the team. The bold colours are brilliant. Right, excellent flesh tone. That red is seriously vibrant. And I love it. It's such a great way to do it, to differentiate the players, to make sure you know what's going on, make sure your opponent knows what's going on. Superb job. Next up, we've got Griffins. Hey Ben, just finishing up a death roller for a mate who grabbed a team off a guy that he had previously had commissions done for other game systems. Unfortunately, no longer has time for commissions due to a new job. Stepping in and trying to match a colour scheme and quality was very challenging. Hopefully it's up to standard. Very glad it's done now, and I can move back to getting the next tournament team ready. Ah, this is wicked. Okay, so this is one of the sneaky, most difficult things to do. Milton, Ian, they keep paint logs, basically. Like when I painted my night goblins, when I painted this is the color palette I used, this is the mixes I used, so that you can go back and add to it later. I obviously don't, but it's fine. But this is wicked. I mean, you did a great job here. The face is beautifully done, and just the going and matching a paint scheme is really difficult. So that's just seriously good work. Next up, we've got Dish Dash, Hey Ben, and the WIP Wednesday team. Hope this finds everyone doing well and enjoying your hobby time. Please find attached my latest WIP, a Snotling team. Still thinking of a name. Okay, clearly it's the naming month. I've been trying something new and started using the Army Painter speed paints. I actually really rate these. Still trying to get to grips with them, really. Did some of the painting watching your speed paint efforts, so thanks for that. Stalled a bit, having to go back over some paint splotches, but making progress now. Yes. I think contrast and speed paints, the real strength is given like a, in my opinion, like a really heavy paint on them. So if they're like Snotlings, like here, if I was using speed paints on these guys, would obviously prime them, and then I'd probably paint them all green, with the exception of like this, which I would paint red and then do the green over the top, and then just do like little bits of the other stuff to blend it in, and then obviously a jolly good coat of Agrax over like the other bits. They are a bit fiddly, like trying to paint all the individual areas, but I mean, it comes out really nicely. I still love my 2 orcs that I painted. But no, right, we've got an awesome Snotling team here. That green works beautifully for Snotlings, and I mean, the red works out great too. The leather works out great. The little bit of purple on the dude's sock works out really, really great. So they do a great job. And you got the rest of the team on the go. Yeah, exactly. It's a really good way to get a team done really well. That green for the skin, I think, works really, really, really well. It's just right. And I love that yellow. So me, Rick, and Craig are working, and potentially Bloodscythe, working on some 8mm Heresy, right? Because we love Heresy, Warhammer 40,000 Heresy. We don't like the prices of them, so I'm printing out 8mm stuff to go in the same scale as Adeptus Titanicus, so we can use our gear for that. I'm going Imperial Fists. I intend to be using this speed paint. I intend to be doing the white primer, yellow speed paint, pick out details, and then sepia to kind of add the extra undertone to it. But it's what this is for. It's what these are for. Now, team is looking absolutely brilliant. Yeah, we got some dudes. Ah, man, pump wagons are so good. They should have been ball and chains, but they are still very, very, very cool. I noticed they are quite bright, but I'm going to wait until they're done before making any judgment. So far, they have a kind of circus vibe, or maybe festival with the mushrooms. The sculpts are full of personality, and great to have my own Trumpet, who played so well in your league. The Yellow Wizard is a favourite, but Trumpet is so charming. I thought the wagon's shield wheels have an ancient Greek feel, so try to make the most of that. I get what you've done there. Yeah, definitely. Thanks for all the excellent content, and WIP Wednesday crowd for the awesome inspiration. Dish Dash. Thanks very much, Dish Dash. Snotlings. You had me at Snotlings. Next up, we have got Jorg. Hey, Ben. I'm Brimlog from Germany. Ooh, this is nice, isn't it? I am with Blood Bowl since 8 years, and today I wanted to show you my favourite star player from Grebo Games. It's Asmog, the unquestioned boss. Hope you like it. Keep up the fine work with the show. Bye-bye. Thank you very much, Brimlog. This is wicked. Absolutely brilliant. The tone, the flesh tone is great. That kind of powdery blue. So good. The base looks really, really sharp as well. Whoa, skipped ahead a little bit. Let's go back because I want to pick out this guy, but a bit more before we move on. Right, the metal work is really great. The horns, that blend from light to dark, really cool. Love the bit of gore on the hands as well. This is a great model. And that better be a 40mm base for the big guy. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. Right, well, we kind of wandered into these, and I think you'll agree, this is cool. Right, before we move on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got ghosts. We've got white dudes. Are we thinking vampires? I reckon vampires. Let's move on. This is from JV. Hey Ben, I'm an old codger who played Blood Bowl back in when 2nd edition was released. Your videos inspired me to start again, and your Special Team Sunday videos convinced me to convert a tabletop ethereal team. Yes, I love everything you've just said. It's built with a combination of the standard Necro team, Grimghast Reapers, Spirit Hosts, and 2 Tomb Banshees. My favourite bit of the conversion is the Wraith's cloaks are blended into the sides of the helmets for a unique look. That's quite cool. No team name yet, but maybe people could leave suggestions in the comments. Okay, we're looking for MCU, we're looking for the Ogre team, we're looking for this one here, and I think the Snotling team as well. Let's get these names rolling. This is really sharp. I really like this. So the spirit swarms are brilliant, but these are just amazing. I was wrong. Okay, I was wrong. So these are the wraiths from the Fumble ethereal team. It's a brilliant team. I cannot wait to start delving into the Secret League stuff again, because it's so much fun. Oh, so many. It's just I want to be able to film more stuff, but this is beautiful, and the contrast of the ghost to the black cloth works incredibly well as well. And the spirit hosts, like one box of spirit hosts is going to give you an entire team's worth of these spirits, which works beautifully. But I mean, this is excellent. So you got that just a skeleton from the undead team on top of a banshee's body. And it works excellently, and I like the way you kind of varied the paint scheme up to mark out the different positionals. It's really cool, really clever, and apparently would also work for a vampire team. JV, absolutely awesome. Thank you very, very, very much for sharing. It's so good. That blend is so good. Absolutely awesome. Next up, we've got Andy. Hey Ben, greetings from across the pond. Here are a few pics of my finally complete and painted converted Chaos Blood Bowl team. Head swaps were the name of the game for these guys. Thanks for sharing with the community and keep up the great work, Andy. Right, so we've got Chaos here. We've got converted Chaos team. Okay, what have we got? So these are actual Warhammer Beastmen. Is that right? And okay, well, let's just flick through the pictures here. So you've got the Herald of Tzeentch, maybe to be the coach. You've got a converted, I can do this, Age of Sigmar, Ogroid Thaumaturge, which is an absolute chunky model. Beautiful model to be the Minotaur. I love the light scheme, like the light pastel scheme you've gone with. It gives that Tzeentch weirdness to it, and it works really well. The punch dagger is excellent on that dude as well. And you got these guys here who are the Chaos Blockers, which are, they are Blood, I know that's a low bar, so not Blood Seekers, that's the actual thing. There's Blood Reavers, and then there's Blood Warriors, which are the Age of Sigmar Khorne Chaos Warriors, basically, with Kyrok Acolyte heads, I think. But this is a wicked combination, absolutely really good. You got to be joining me here and hoping for a proper Tzeentch team for Blood Bowl. But until that lands, this one here, absolutely gorgeous. Really, really cool. Brilliant conversion. Love it. Next up, we got Jack. Hey, Ben. Love the podcast, WIP, and the leagues. The team setups have helped me out a lot, so thanks. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Thank you. Here's my new Lizardman team, the Swampland Wanderers. Swampland Wanderers. Absolutely brilliant. Solid scheme. Gold and blue works really well, and the black on the crests really helps highlight it. It's a really cool combo. You cannot beat a Lizardman team. And I think this is the Fanath Crocs, which was always my favourite Croxagore, but Brute Fun has just destroyed it. But if you don't have a 3D printer, then this is the best Croxagore around. The Forge World one is not bad, but this is the best Croxagore around. Love the scheme, love the armour, the army of skinks, who are brilliant, and they are very, very good in the College of Heavens as well. So thank you very much for that. Next up, we've got Rasmus. Hey, you saw the first 3 models a few weeks ago. Here is the complete team. My second after starting with the hobby. As always, thanks to the amazing content, Rasmus Bay. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Okay, so this is Norse team. This looks like a Grebo Norse team. And where to start? The snow effect, beautiful. That basing, excellent. That ice effect, excellent. And the gore is just so visceral. Absolutely love it. The beer balls there. They got beer balls out already? That's got to be Grebo. They are absolute mad lads. Yeah, this is awesome. Beautiful, crisp job on the paint. And just a really lovely finish. You got the Valkyries. Oh, man, you got this. You know this done quicker than the Games Workshop team. Right, that Yeti, what a beast! And you've got these great. Yeah, so this is the Amazon team with extra bits on. This is awesome. This is a really nice team. Ben, you've got like 2 Norse teams. It's fine. Chill your beans. And I cannot play Norse as well. I'm terrible at Norse. I'm very much looking forward to the Bonehead Championship 2 later this year, where we're running a Norse team, because I've got to learn how to play Norse. Maybe that's what I'll do on Fumble Fridays. Or Friday Night Fumble, as I'm going to call it, because I think that's probably the best way to do it. Right, absolutely love this team. Beautiful paint job. Excellent basing. Just ties it together and makes it a really quality team. And extra points for colour coding the base edges too. Absolutely excellent stuff. Love the Berserker. Love the Yeti. The Linewomen are excellent too. Very, very cool team. We've got more Norse. We've got more Norse here. So this is from... It's Justin from South Dakota. Justin, you're on fire this week. Hey Ben, I've painted well over 20 Blood Bowl teams now for myself and commissions. Nice. I can honestly say the Norse have the most time-consuming sculpts I've painted for this game. Wow. They're not detail light. Like the Orcs and Dwarf team, right, I found quite boring to paint. The Norse team, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I've got to finish up painting mine for said Bonehead Championship. Spoiler alert, Norse are going to be in the Bonehead Championship. I'm still waiting on my Yeti and Star Players to be delivered by Old Man Forge World, but at least I'm caught up on the rest of the team. It's my first time basing a colour scheme on an NFL team, but how could I choose anything else? I'm a little bit disappointed that the throwers are now Valkyries, because I would have liked to give thrower number 4 in honour of... Let me just get my Green Bay Packers mug. In honor of legendary Vikings quarterback Brett Favre. Wink, wink. Thanks for the content. More Dungeon Bowl is more better. Cheers, Justin from South Dakota. Right, Justin, good job. That's excellent. Savage beats. Come on, Brett Favre. He's the Packer. Right, Groovy, this is wicked. Like, the Vikings colour scheme is really, really great, and you've done a superb job. There is a ton of detail, isn't there? Like, the Khorne team has got a load of filigree and a load of detail. I think the Norse team is actually up there with it. I am going to lazy boy the heck out of the Norse team. I've brown primer, done the skin, basically done. I'll just slap some colours on. Need to figure out some colours. Need to figure out a name. Oh, so much to do, and some very exciting stuff. Love the ice basing. Absolutely excellent. It really does bring it together. And with the painted edges of the base, it just looks pro. It just looks really good. I love the team display you've gone with as well. Absolutely excellent. Some lovely details there. The colour scheme is great. The yellow works brilliantly. You've done a good job with that. That's a really lovely looking team. Is this for you, or is this a commission? Because this is for you. Tip-top effort. Yeah, well done with that. Look, right, okay, this is excellent. I'm not just saying this because you mentioned Brett Favre, but it's important to mention Brett Favre. You've highlighted around the tattoo emblem, which is brilliant. It adds that three-dimensionality to it that just makes it look like it belongs. But no, really, really cool. Love the Ulfs. Love the Valks. Different hair colours. Absolutely superb. I also went for both the helmets on the beer balls. Yeah, absolutely tip-top job. Okay, next up we've got Tony. Hey Ben, Tony again. Thought I'd share some more. Started working on a Custodes squad, but my real pride of this month is my now finished troll, Gorgrim Hide Iron. A not so subtle fusion of Varag and a Mega Boss. Alright, I've not looked at this one yet, but I love the prelude, because Varag wasn't big enough to represent the once and future Orc in Blood Bowl. Debut game for the Immortals, for Immortals coming up on Monday. Tony. Alright, wicked. Custodes, they are some intricate models with just a ton of cool stuff about them. And that black scheme is beautiful. One of our friends, Craig, is working on a very similar kind of scheme, and it is just really nice. Now, there's nothing wrong with just all gold, but that black just makes it look really primo, and I absolutely love it. Yeah, okay, this is wicked. So this is the war boss from Age of Sigmar with Varag bits added to it. That's excellent. He's flipping giant. I've got this this boss. I used him as the troll for the Gitzberg Steelers. That's just cool. I love the scheme. Oh, man, just it looks like a proper goth orc, and I love it. Goes really well with the black orc. Love the scheme. Love that. Absolutely brilliant stuff. Yeah. Absolutely love that. Absolutely massive. Superb. Thank you ever so much. Next up, we've got Alex. Hi. Already had a box of Wood Elves and picked up the Norse team and was going to do a team over the bank holiday. Opened up the Norse and instantly put me off all that gluing hands and feet onto the models. Yeah. The books of Wood Elves had been knocking around for a while and it looked a bit easier to glue together, so I painted some Wood Elves over the bank holiday weekend. The Wood Elves, were they that difficult to build? I think you had to glue some stupid hair on the back and maybe you had the little masks on the face? I don't know. Games Workshop like to make it challenging, don't they? Minor conversion on the thrower and a silly mistake that people may or may not notice. A few hours later, job done. Had some treatment for my halflings in Old World Alliance, so one of them will be doing double service in the Wood Elf team. Plus, found a random plastic figure to use as a Dryad mercenary or proxy Willow star player. Might add some scenic flowers to the base and add 2 extra catchers in the future. Regards, Alex. Love it. Okay, wicked tree man dude. Beautiful execution on the elves. Pastel scheme. You went to town on the bases. Definitely getting that kind of living vibe that really suits Wood Elves. And yeah, strong finish with the tattoos as well. I did like that. That's excellent. No, that's really cool. Ooh, that's a collection of treemen, isn't it? And those 2 treemen in the back, like the one on the left and the one on the right, I can't place them. But that's basically the 2 original Durthus, isn't it, in the backfield? Absolutely awesome. That Dryad is an excellent player there. Yeah, Willow is not bad. 150k. For League, she's going to soak up a little bit of punishment every now and then. Gloriel is amazing, but if you want a bit of survivability, then the Dryad's good. And if you aren't running a tree man, then a tree man mercenary is what, 170k, which is potentially a little bit better for you. But Willow is good. Team looks great. Thank you ever so much. Next up, we've got Silith. Hey Ben, took me a few weeks to once more have some Blood Bowl stuff to show off. A bomber for an unnamed and unbuilt Goblin team. Seemed like a good idea. Seemed like a good place to start. Anyway, the rest of the pictures are just other stuff I painted in the meanwhile, including the diorama I did for the Artisan Guild monthly contest. That one took quite a bit of time, and I didn't win. Custard flan. Right, love this. I love this. The bomber's great. Definitely got a bit of a Baby Yoda vibe on the face, which is pretty cool. Yeah, that's really cool. This is just painting some random great models here. I do love that the base has got like little barnacles on it as well. Wow, that's beautiful. Excellent job with the petals on the umbrella. And really lovely basing as well. That's a very cool collection of stuff. Oh, wow. So this is the diorama for the Artisan Guild monthly contest. This is fantastic. So was this the most recent dwarf one? Wow. Wow, you went all out. That's excellent. I love Artisan Guild. They do some really cool stuff. This is very cool too. That's really cool. Wow. See, this is really nice to see. Like, I love Blood Bowl more than I should, more than I'm supposed to, but it's really wicked to see like bits of other systems and just every now and again to paint like a classic fantasy miniature. It's just really cool. So thank you very much for sharing. This is cool. This is from Steve Strange. Hey Ben, mostly contrast minis here. Wanted to send over my first WIP Wednesday. Very easy frozen Norse scheme, but happy with the results. Keep up the great work and cannot wait to see more League action. Love the last one. This is cool. This is really cool. So there's like There's a bunch of cool things you can do with a really simple paint scheme. Like, we see a lot of the black and white with a splash of colour, but going for a ghost team or a frozen team like this is really great. And then when you see bits of colour in, like the barrels and stuff, it just breaks it up. This is an excellent way to get a team done really, really, really quickly. There is a theme, it's committed to, and the execution is brilliant. I love it. It's absolutely brilliant. Another really good one you see is like the statues, where someone will paint him like a grey statued effect and then put like glowing green eyes or something. Absolutely brilliant. It's a really good way to get a team done nice and quickly and have it look really good. Next up, we've got Dave. Is it Dave or David? Let me scroll to the bottom because I don't like getting people's names wrong. We're going to go with David. Hey Benz, started a fresh team and I rolled out my test models and would like some CNC. Well, Black Hawk, so you're already ahead. Tried new things to me, such as scuffs to the white and painting large white surfaces. This is never fun. Not sure on the team's eventual name, but best working name I have at the moment is the Ice Pigs. Any name suggestions in the comments, please. All right, I love this. Okay, so C and C for this. You've done an excellent job weathering the white. I haven't seen damage like that since I played Flames of War, and you know, it's all about the winter camouflage, whitewashed metal. Really, really, really great. Excellent highlighting. I do love the little clump of flowers on the base. I think it just adds a nice pop. I like this. I like the scheme. It's really, really, really cool. The Ice Pigs is good. The Ice Hogs. I don't know, man. You can go crazy with it, but really love it. I'm looking forward to seeing the troll, because in that scheme the troll is going to be a really focal point. Red is an excellent color to go with it as well, and the blue flesh tone, you know me, I love the alternate skin tones for orcs and stuff. It just works really, really, really well. Looks really great, very fantasy, and the battle damage is really nicely done. And you've done some green stuff bits to give them fur coats, right? That's excellent. Absolutely excellent. Yeah, brilliant. Thank you very much. Next up, we've got the resident dwarf, Boric Grumbaki. Right, Graham. Hi, Ben. Struggling to stick to one project currently, so I'm working on Norse, Grombrindle, and the Minotaur. My Blood Bowl calendar is filling out nicely. May 14th, Bromley Sevens tournament. Couldn't go to that in the end. I was filming. July 9th, South Coast Series, Barak Varbrew Kings with Barak Farblast. Interesting. Ah, interesting. Fingers crossed for the FAQ in the next couple of weeks to fix him. August 27-28, the Coffee Cup, Swindon. A 24-hour, 11 games of 11s back-to-back. No sleep till Sunday with the Brew Kings. Also starting mid-May, the Barak Var Brew Kings will be playing the Croydon League, the Cronks Cup. Beardy regards. Absolutely love it. Right, let's have a look at this. Grombrindle. Cannot beat him. Hellbay Rams needs a proper Minotaur, and you've gone with the properest of Minotaurs available at the moment from Brute Fun, and I love it. Absolutely wicked. Hellbay Rams are a great sevens team. Be interesting to see how you got on with that. And the Norse team is underway again. Beautiful basing, really cool. I mean, it's just too tempting not to do the ice basing, but no, this is looking really, really, really cool. I look forward to seeing those done. Oh, it's stadium time. It's Kathy. Hey, Ben. Here's the latest update on Mork Stadium, home of the Morktown Mashers. I always enjoy WIP Wednesday, and I'm very jealous of everyone's amazing work. Keeps me motivated to try and submit something once a month. This month, I was able to finish the away team bench, the green one on the left. I included a picture of what it looked like last month so you could see how far it's come along. I'm very happy with how it's turning out. Next month, I'm hoping to finish part 1 of 4 of the West stands. Here's all the plastic bits for it in this box. Lastly, the Bonehead podcast definitely needs a stadium. Mine is from Vortice Miniatures. They make a Skaven stadium, just saying. Okay, we are working on a dungeon right now, but we may have been printing out some stands. So, thanks in part to you crazy folk on here, we will have a stadium at some point. I'm hoping we can get it done by the Bonehead Championship. By the time we start recording the next series of the Bonehead Championship, we could have something really nice to show. Right, fair warning, this is not a 3D print for the faint of heart. Yeah, printing a dungeon has been not for the faint of resin wallet. Thanks again for all you do and all the other people who support WIP Wednesday. It's a good crew. Kathy. Thank you very much, Kathy. Right. it's stadium time, which is always a dangerous part of the episode, isn't it? But this is looking absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's see. So we've seen a bit of WIP. Kathy's shared this with us as she's gone along, and boom! Absolutely brilliant. This is really cool. Oh, man. That is just... When you see it with models on, the size of it just is extra impressive. It's very Slytherin in the middle. I like that. No, this is really cool. I mean... Oh, wow. Right, if we do a stadium, I need to trick Trips and Milton and Ben into printing out in plastic, because resin for this, insane. Dungeon tiles, not too bad. Kathy, thank you very much for sharing, and you people are dragging me down with you. It's going to be a stadium. Next up, we've got Jochen. Hey, Ben. Long story short, 2 weeks ago, I met an old friend in the supermarket. Told me he'd bought the Dungeon Bowl box and asked me if I wanted to play with him. Sure, let's meet in a week, I said. After a quick research, I decided to go with a College of Life team, but a week was not enough time to get my hands on a new team or more for the mix. So I had to build it myself. Followed by 2 days of kit bashing madness and 9 hours non-stop painting. Finished them a day before playing, all painted in oils. Hope you like them. Good luck at identifying all the bits I've used. Call the team They from the Fungus Wood. Greetings, Jochen. P.S. Love the podcast. So much positive vibes. Thank you for doing it. Thank you ever so much. Right, so excited. Forgot to explain the team a bit. There are 2 war dancers, 2 big guys, a troll called a Trudy, and a Nurgle Rotspawn. 3 bloaters, 3 rotters, Snotling, Bombardier, yep. 4 stilty runners. We had 3 games and they performed very well. 2 victories against the College of Shadow and a draw against the College of Fire, with 150k more on the board. Greetings from Germany. Absolutely awesome. Right. Okay, so we've got a troll. We've got the old stone troll. I don't know what that's from, but it works beautifully. And I love the fungus work you've done on there to kind of just mutate it. Is that an old... Is that an old... No, it's not. It's not. Oh, the stilties with bits of like Dryad. That's genius. That is genius. I love the Bombardier here. I like the colour palette you've gone with as well. The bright splashes of colour works really, really nicely. And it's just grim, isn't it? Right, that is an old plastic orc on the left-hand side. One of the old swordsman orcs that's been cut up. Middle guy... Maybe that is a Hero Quest Goblin body, I think. And a human lineman. With some excellent work with converting in the mushrooms. Got a Chaos Space Marine on the left. One of the old Nurgle Chaos Space Marines. I have no idea what the middle's based on. That looks like a heck of a conversion piece. And the one on the right as well. But, I mean, these got to be the bloaters, which works brilliantly. And we've got Witch Elf on the left-hand side. The Hag Queen. And the right-hand side, I don't know, but some cool Witch Elf pieces there. Works brilliantly. Look at that as a team. This is the cool thing about Dungeon Bowl, is you've got this, all different parts of the teams. You put them together, you build a theme, you build like a reason for them to be together. And you can just pull out some outrageous stuff like this. This looks really, really, really cool. It's not a goblin body in the middle, is it? That might be an old Skaven body. I don't know. Absolutely awesome. Thank you very much. 2 days. Insane. Like, absolutely insane. I love it so much. Next up, we've got Harry, aka Thane of the Bad Moon. Hey, Ben. This time I've been working on the new Maw Crusher, or as my partner calls it, Fat Dragon. A gift that she got me recently. I love that. I wanted to use this both in AOS as a Maw Crusher as well as a 40k Squiggoth. Alright, this is brilliant. So I've made the Rider and Howder, which can be swapped out depending on what game system I want to use it in. I painted the dragon as Spyro from the games due to my love of the series, as well as the fact that my 40k freebooter orcs use a purple and yellow/orange scheme. And I painted the Mega Boss as Nasty Gnork, the final boss from the original game. Also, magnetizing his weapons lets me choose whichever loadout I want. I think it came out really well. I painted it using contrast paints with a highlight with a dry brush on the scales and wings. The basing is a mixture of cork, tree bark, and skulls, appropriate, painted to give off a desert/beach vibe. I built the howdah out of leftover bits from a battle wagon and an ogre iron blaster, which was used on my boat wagon that I sent in ages ago. After painting, I added some drawing effects with some Yoo-Hoo glue and Gorilla Glue Clear. They didn't work exactly as I expected them to, but I still like the effect they gave. And the next steps will be adding paint to the howdah so it's not just silver. I think by going over the metals with different contrast paints to tint the metal. That's a very orky way of doing it. In other news, I started Instagram. I can be found at Thane_of_the_bad_moon, which is what I'll be signing off these email with. Until next time, Harry, dude, what a project. Okay, so let's have a look at Fat Dragon, and let's move on. So, I mean, some lovely work there. That purple yellow scheme looks brilliant. War Boss, absolutely awesome. Grim, but it works. And this magnet idea is genius, and you're about to see why. Oh, the drool worked out brilliantly. The drool's excellent. Yeah, that drool is a really clever way of doing it. But Spyro, the Fat Dragon, gets an entire battle wagon on the back of it. It's just so good. I just absolutely love the orc nonsense. Look at that. That is like yay big. That is fantastic. That is madness. And I couldn't be happier. The base looks great as well with all the cork and the skulls. And then an entire ship on top of it. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely superb piece of work there. Definitely worth a follow on Instagram. Right, guys, I think that is all I'm going to be able to do for today. But thank you all so very much for sharing. Some awesome stuff going on there. And we'll keep going and we'll keep catching up. And I promise you we'll catch up soon enough. But for now, I'm going to disappear. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy painting. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to help support the channel even further, please like and subscribe, or come join us on our Patreon. We have early access to content, we get loads of feedback from you guys, and we try and do competitions as much as we can. Or you can get yourself some Bonehead Podcast merch on our Spreadshirt site. So if you want to support a team, especially for the Bonehead Championship, you can pick up a shirt, a mug, things like that. It all helps support the channel, and we really appreciate it. Anyway, links below. Thank you very much. Happy blocking.